Have you ever had so much time to do something that you somehow end up doing it when there's almost no time left? Like, you had 5 days. You could have done it calmly. You could have finished it early, checked everything twice, made it better. But no, you wait. And then suddenly, it's the last day, and you're sitting there thinking, why the hell didn't I start earlier? A friend of mine was recently applying to a few companies, and one of them gave her an assessment. She got the assessment immediately. The deadline was clearly mentioned. The requirements were there. And she had 5 days to complete it. 5 days. So obviously, she was pretty relaxed. Day 1 passed, nothing. Day 2, she read the requirements. Okay, she knows what she has to do. Day 3, she got a reminder from them. So she started looking at it properly, understanding what needed to be done, but still not really doing it. Day 4 evening, she did a little bit and left it. And then came day 5. That's when the actual work started. And from that point, she was going crazy, barely sleeping, just working, fixing things, checking things, going back again. You know that feeling where you keep looking at the clock somehow makes you more stressed? Yeah, that. But somehow she finished it before the deadline, which is great. But the thing is, she could have probably finished that entire assessment in one day. 7 or 8 hours of proper work. Maybe she would have even had time to polish it properly. Instead, she had 5 days, and because she had 5 days, she basically waited until she didn't. And this is the part that got me thinking. Because why do we do this? Like, seriously, why? If someone gives us 5 days, why does our brain immediately go, nice, we have time? And then 4 days later, it's like, oh shit. And the weird thing is, this isn't just about work, it's assignments, presentations, exam preparation, anything where the deadline isn't right in front of us. I already know I'm going to have midterms. I don't know when exactly they'll happen, but obviously they're coming. And am I preparing right now? No, could I? Yeah, I could do a little bit every day. But somehow I keep thinking there's still time. And I know exactly what's going to happen. One random day I'll get the message. Midterm examinations will be conducted from, I'll look at the date, and then the tension starts. Suddenly I need to study everything. Suddenly, I care about the chapters I haven't touched in weeks. Suddenly, I'm sitting with notes at night thinking, okay, I really should have started earlier, and I already know this. That's the funniest part. It's not like I don't know what's going to happen. I know. And I still do it. I'm doing an internship. I'm trying to make videos for YouTube. Sometimes I record a game, edit it, upload it, and then nobody watches, which is a little painful, not gonna lie, but I'm still trying. And even with that, sometimes I'll have something I want to do and I'll keep pushing it. Later, tomorrow, I'll do it when I have more time. And then suddenly, it's the last moment again. And I think a lot of us are just like this. You probably have something right now that you've been putting off. Maybe it's an assignment, maybe it's studying, maybe it's replying to someone, maybe it's something you've been meaning to start for months. You know you have to do it, you just don't feel like doing it yet because nothing is forcing you to, not yet. And maybe that's why the last moment feels so powerful. When there's no pressure, we can keep convincing ourselves that we'll do it later. But once the deadline gets close, there's no later left. So we finally start. And sometimes we actually get it done, which makes it even worse. Because now your brain learns, see, we finished it. So next time, same thing. I don't know. Maybe we need to stop proving that we can survive the last moment. Maybe we should just make the last moment less painful, not by suddenly becoming extremely disciplined. I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. tomorrow and becoming a completely different person. I know myself, but maybe if there's something important, I can just do a little bit today. 20 minutes, one page, one section. Write the first few lines, whatever. It doesn't have to feel impressive, because that's probably the thing I'm realizing too. Doing a little every day feels almost pointless when the deadline is far away. But when the deadline finally comes, those little things are the difference between sitting there panicking and sitting there thinking, okay, I'm mostly done. And this applies to health too. We do the same thing there. We ignore something because it doesn't hurt today. We'll take care of it later. We'll sleep better later. We'll eat better later. We'll exercise later. And then sometimes later becomes much more expensive than it needed to be. So yeah, I don't really have some perfect solution for this. I'm still doing it. I'm literally talking about myself here. But I think one thing has to change. We have to start doing some of the work while it's still easy, before the deadline, before the panic, before something becomes a problem. Because maybe the goal isn't to become the person who always finishes everything early. Maybe it's just to stop making our future self deal with everything we keep avoiding today. And honestly, I don't want every important thing in my life to become a 2 a.m. problem. I want to reach the deadline one day, look at the clock, and actually have time left. That would be nice. So tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you always leave until the last minute? And maybe this time, don't wait until the last minute to change it. Also, subscribe, bro. I'm trying to make videos here. Nobody's watching. At least you can give me some motivation.